Oh, right. I was the new player, was not rated up yet. That's fine. That happens. And we are ready to go.
Well, the problem is the server is configured for 5v5, so it doesn't
Yeah,
think
that's true.
they have enough players, so I have to force it.
Okay, we see NaT is playing a very mixed team while Zippy and Waha have a very assault-based team.
Tekon has picked support again. I guess he thinks the extra health is going to help him last a little bit longer in the team fights. Looks like Smiles picked up the ghost already. I mean, Waha has picked up the ghost already.
Ah, it's a small map. You get a lot of vision already very early. But it's also the other thing with small is that players can change their position very quickly, and the position you called out just with the ghost becomes obsolete in a matter of seconds.
Yes. Your advantage on this map wanes very quickly. Tekon's playing very, very conservatively. He's obviously trying to figure out what is going on. And he gets shot from the subway corridor.
It's interesting to see how both assaults from this team, they moved through different parts. Basically, they made a hammer and anvil move from through both subway trains, using them both as cover and distraction. It was very successful. While the other team was very stuck in their area and basically just got picked off because it was very obviously where they were.
Yeah, this is definitely not the map to kind of come out of spawn and pick a spot to let you have to push forward through the map, because you give the enemy too much opportunity for cover and too many angles to flank you on. So that I think you gotta come out of this of your spawn in this map. You can't rest on your haunches.
Okay, wow, using the train very early.
High Duke on the bottom side of the map. He's in the actual at the end of the train, trying to peek and get whatever angles he can.
And Jinrai very conservatively. Even the Recon not utilizing his speed. They are very stuck in the middle, basically, or in the area.
Zippy and Smile move up together. Tekon holding it down on the stairs as a support, and they're trying to close in on him. Looks like he's got an M4. If he gets a headshot with that, he will definitely drop a scout. They have the ghost, so they're pushing up on him now. Grenade comes out. He drops down 7 health. It drops 1 with the headshot, so the support's working out. That extra health actually helped him out survive this part.
They will cap on him.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Was he out of ammo?
I think so. Yeah, you know, that M4 only has, what, 10 shots?
M41 it is.
Yeah.
M41.
M41 only has, what, 7 shots?
20, I think, or?
No.
I don't remember. I think it's more than 10, but not that many.
It's not
in between 10 and 20, but it's very small.
But that was interesting because Wahaha sort of pushed with his back towards him, so that could have ended badly.
Yeah. But it's not a very good weapon knife, the M41. You don't see it very often.
I think the fire rate is too slow, but
fire rate's too slow, and the cone of fire is too big for it to reliably get headshots on distance.
Well, if you fire slowly, it's pinpoint accurate, but yeah, that takes discipline. It's easy to shoot too fast. Oh wow, Smile
drops rabies.
And there's also a pattern again. They really go for the ghost and go for the callouts.
And that was Smile with the flank from the other side of the subway station. Waha moving through spawn right now, throwing a grenade to check, coming through. Grenade was ineffective, but his gun was. Haidu goes down, another win for NSF.
And we're seeing a much more fast-paced match between these two teams.
Definitely.
It's, I mean, partly the map, but I think it's also NSF being much more confident.
Oh yeah, that's it. I think in the beginning they were quite not as strongly pushing forward, but now they see it's very effective, and I think they will continue doing it. It's now interesting how Jinrai will react to it, NaT.
I think Jinrai is spreading out a bit too much and maybe not being on point with the communication.
Getting picked off.
They're getting capped.
I think Haidu got caught with his knife out. He dropped Smile. Takon's right there. Waha's in mid. Pressuring those guys with the MX.
NSF is becoming a bit too confident here.
Yeah, too confident. Now we see Jinrai grouping up all three of them.
Yeah.
So they can easily pick them off when they attack 1-on-1.
Yep.
So now it's just Waha versus the all three on Jinrai. Everybody's up.
But everything is still open. It's
Takyan seems like he's exploring the map a little bit. Waha gets a drop on somebody and on Haiduk and Rabies. Wow.
Yeah, they were both really low on health.
42 health. Takyan's up on the catwalk, so he could see the entire map if he stays up there. Looks like he's going back down.
I mean, it's not bad to back down, especially as support when they could possibly get the ghost.
Yeah, but from that vantage point, he's going to kill, even with bad aim, Waha before Waha is ever going to be able to drop a... Oh, and he gets the drop.
Wow.
Waha completely missed him as he turned around the corner.
And Waha again with the back towards him.
Very unlucky by Waha, since Taekyon was covered by the pillar in the second when he came out.
I think this is an example of... there's a word for this, and I forget what exactly it is, but basically, because Taekyon is a novice player, he's not moving around the map the way an experienced player would be. So he's not in the spot he's supposed to be in because he doesn't know where he's supposed to be. So that means that all these players are checking the wrong angles and the wrong side of the map because you have a player that doesn't know what they're doing, and in which case he makes him extraordinarily difficult to figure out what he's doing. It's
like when you're training martial arts with somebody who has never done it. The risk of you getting injured, even if you are experienced, is way higher than if you do it with somebody experienced, because you just cannot foresee how they act.
Yes, I box, and that's the same thing. The novice boxer, Haidu gets the jump on Waha. I think Jinrai is starting to adjust to where NSF is pushing and holding better.
That's very interesting development in this map. Because Haidu is pushing pretty far.
Yeah.
Rybaby stays with Taekyon.
Yeah, to babysit the newbie with the support so he can get a kill. I think they need to push out a little bit and support their teammate.
But Taekyon can already get the MX as support, which is like the go-to staple gun in this game. So let's see if he picks it up in the future, or if it just stays with his Mosok. I mean, there's a lot of close quarter combat in Transit, so the Mosok is not ideal, but he has used it pretty well so far.
Zippy drops Haiduk and is holding in the corridors in front of the train, which is great cover, jumping back and forth between the train. All right, stepping back into spawn now, gets the drop on Rabies. Now, Taekyon should know where he is, because he was right there at the top of the stairs, and Zippy has since moved away. Taekyon trying to figure out where the enemy is, and Zippy, not knowing that he was up there as well, has moved again to a different spot of the map. He's now looking back, gets the drop on Tak, and he's down. See, what I don't like is when it's getting closer to the end of the match, and you're still up in spawn or you're up top. You're limited in terms of like how you can move around the map from that point.
Yeah, enemies could be everywhere on the map at this point.
Yeah, and if you haven't already moved out or picked an area, like either pick a train to hold, pick a corridor to hold. Now, taking catwalk is risky because once you're up there, you're up there.
Now something interesting. NSF has 2 recons, one recon with the Super 7, one with the SRM silence. They're expectedly very aggressive and trying to get Jinrai very early and try to flank.
Waha's already pushed down into their spawn and is holding an off angle. So when they come down the stairs, it could be bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like Rabies and Haiduk are pushing the catwalk. They already got smoke down.
Jinrai very defensively.
If he has a ghost.
Oh, we probably see some jetpack action.
Tak gets a kill on Zippy. Let's say Zippy just missed him. And Waha finishes off Taekyon and doesn't get touched at all. That jumping scout.
That's the problem with the slow fire rate.
That was
Man,
close for Wahaha.
yeah, that. Wow, how
Kyla.
did Kyla drop? Smile, man.
Wow.
Kyla's no joke. And he even ate that shotgun to the face, kept it moving. Waha health, I do with 24. It's any man's game. Although
Both are very low now, so probably both will play a bit more cautious.
Hajduk is definitely still playing as a recon. I mean, as a support. So he has a slight advantage in that he has more health and is playing as a sturdier character. Waha went back to his original off angle. Hajduk's in the elevator. What is this? This drops down to
The ladder.
Yeah, the ladder drops down to the maintenance.
Maintenance.
Mm-hmm. And
pretty close to each other, but I think we can see a tie out here if nobody of them moves in.
Waha's gonna go for the ghost. It looks like. Yep.
Misses it twice.
Yeah. Okay. Now he's got it. So Hajduk knows that he's picked it up. He's gonna get information.
Right.
They're both gonna get information. And it does tie out. Waha does end up getting the kill on Hajduk, which those points matter. So for those that are uninitiated, another element I should definitely explain to the LANFest folks that are watching is that unlike or in similar fashion to Counter-Strike, you pick your weapons at the end of each match. But their rank and their XP determines what tier weapons. So weapons unlock at different tiers. More powerful weapons unlock the better you do. So if you do poorly, you won't get access to weapons. Once you unlock that tier, it's unlocked. So it's not like if you keep losing, you'll lose access to that weapon. So once you get access to the corporal rank of weapons, you have that for the remainder of the match. However, if you don't get up to sergeant, you won't get the more powerful guns. And those guns change versus, per class. So this support class unlocks heavier weapons earlier than the rest of the classes as a trade-off for the fact that the support is the only class that cannot sprint.
Also, the whole game kind of changes through that. The whole game mechanic in later games. Early game
drops
later game because later game players make more damage.
And gets dropped by Smile. Smile comes through and cleans up rabies with the shotgun. Nothing like a scout with a shotgun. That's tough. I think this is match point coming up.
No, it should be. Yeah, there's only been one tie, right? Yeah.
Not match point yet. It didn't.
Oh, it's 7-7 to win.
Yeah, it takes some time getting used to this format. I mean, when we play public matches, it's always first to 7. But now it's best of 13 rounds, which means that ties count. So if you get 2 ties, the score you need to win decreases by 1 and so on.
Hajduk drops Waha, pushing through, overconfident again. Zippy drops rabies. Grenade goes out, it's not needed. Tack-on drops Zippy. Starting to get the hang of it, looks like. It's got the smoke coming out. Smile's got a det pack, but can't see through the smoke. Gets flanked by Hajduk. And Jinrai gets another win.
Very confident.
Yeah, I do suggest that Tack-on perhaps change, but it seems like he's getting a hang of the rifle and the configuration that he's got.
I was going to say that. I'm surprised he's still using that, but it seems to be working for him.
Especially because he's moving so unexpected. In unexpected ways, he gets a lot of surprise.
Yeah, and since they have 2 supports on their team, they can use defensive smokes. And basically, smoke.
Also, they have more, just have more health in general.
Yeah,
but I think now NSF adapted to it by having 2 assaults now to utilize the grenades that are a strong counter to supports.
Yeah, Waha trades with Hajduk, and Smile comes in to finish off Hajduk on the flank. Zippy's got the ghost. Tack-on drops Waha after Waha finishes off rabies. Smile's trying to confront Tack-on. and finishes them off with the Super 7. Man, that, you know, again, recon with a shotgun is a problem.
And it's an interesting mechanic that usually as a recon you get the shotgun only with Lieutenant, which is the highest rank, but your teammates can also give you an earlier shotgun.
Yeah, earlier shotgun
trade-off. And we see Sippy purposefully getting shotguns here and giving them to Smile.
So now it's match point. If NSF wins, they...
Waha has the SRS.
Interesting choice.
Very interesting.
Especially with Jinrai being so defensively.
Yeah.
Smile drops a jetpack, goes into maintenance, waits for footsteps.
I mean, we see that right now in Jinrai. Jinrai really has their little box and stays there.
Zippy has picked up the ghost, is starting to move through. However, when Jinrai has stepped out to the... it looks like they're trying to step out to the catwalk. Tachyon's trying to peek into catwalk. I think a missed shot. Haiduk just missed by the SRS. Rabies kills Smiles. Waha drops Rabies peeking out with the SRS, which he knew was there, so I don't know why he would peek again, but decided to go for it. Waha ringing.
Tachyon doesn't move, he's dead. Oh, now he was lucky. Waha misses on Tachyon, even though Tachyon stayed at the same spot.
Zippy at 7 health. Waha at 100 health with the SRS, pushing in. Tachyon trying to find an angle. Waha drops Haiduk. It's down to Tachyon. He's going back to the vents and gets dropped by Waha, covering the vents again.
Well, a good game.
Yeah, good game.
So the SRS actually worked out here. I didn't expect it to, but I guess, I mean, as a sport, you're so slow, so it's almost impossible to dodge the SRS, and you can't really push him.
The advantage was also that they had the ghost, that they knew they were not closing in, that they were defensively, and Waha could just use this little window of opportunity to snipe them, quite literally.